If you watch Code Miko on Twitch, you'll recognize her iconic starting soon screen and especially the accompanying song. Today, I'm going to explain my interpretation of why the technician chose her starting soon song and why I think it's low-key genius. Okay, first, if you're not familiar with Code Miko and have no idea what I'm talking about, let me give you a quick rundown. Code Miko is a sort of VTuber streamer on Twitch, but honestly, she's kind of in a league of her own. Miko is the name of the CGI avatar designed and controlled by a woman who calls herself the Technician. The Technician uses an inertia-based mocap suit and motion capture helmet to allow Miko to move and interact with her virtual world. The concept behind Code Miko is that Miko is a failed video game character who is now trying to interact with our world through Twitch. This project is a feat of engineering and a revolution in interactive entertainment. Code Miko has exploded in popularity in a very short time, and it's clear that the Technician is an incredibly talented and hardworking individual, and a lot of people, including me, really respond to not only the hard work she puts in, but also her talent and ability to entertain.
Are you with me?
Okay, now that you know what Code Miko is, let's analyze their starting soon screen and what it says about the Technician's way of thinking. Let me first also say that everything expressed in this video is my own opinion and should not be taken to be what the Technician or anyone else may actually think or feel. Code Miko's starting soon screen leaves an indelible impression on the viewer. It allows people to be impressed by the lifelike expressions and movements of Miko without the signature zaniness and boundary pushing she's known for in her streams. This may be someone's first impression of Code Miko, and instead of overwhelming the viewer with something too loud or busy, instead the visuals and music lull you into a state of curiosity and you're intrigued to see more. It definitely stands out on Twitch, where most streamers simply have a picture of themselves with their social media handles or something like that. It's a visual interpretation of the phrase talk quietly and carry a big stick. The big stick in this case is the impressive visuals of Miko moving and dancing in this very bare and subdued environment. She looks alive. The song that plays during the sequence adds a layer of melancholy to the scene. The haunting vocals and heavy content of the lyrics are juxtaposed with punchy driving beats. This gets the viewer pumped up for the stream as the music builds, while I believe the lyrics speak to a sort of subliminal lore, which I'll get into in a bit. The song she chose for her starting soon screen is a remix by MewOne and Syberian of the song Immortal by Marina and the Diamonds. Okay, first let's analyze the lyrics line by line to see why the Technician chose this song to represent Miko's stream. I want to be immortal, like a god in the sky. I want to be a silk flower, like I'm never gonna die. Okay, so want to be immortal. I think that's kind of self-explanatory, right? I mean, who doesn't want to be immortal, right? But I think it has to do more with her legacy and impact on society. Silk flowers are artificial flowers and thus never die. Miko is also an artificial imitation of life and can't die since she is not a real human. I want to live forever, forever in your heart, and we'll always be together from the end to the start. So my interpretation of this is she wants to create a connection through the viewers that they will carry with them in their minds even after the stream ends. This connection will last throughout their day and maybe even into the years in the future, alive in their memory, right? The line, the end to the start, maybe because her goal is to be remembered. So she starts with the goal of being remembered, that's the end. And the start is her starting this project. So she has the foresight that Miko will always be a part of the chat, since the chat literally is a part of the stream, right? What they do physically affects Miko on stream, and in turn, Miko is a part of them. That's what we do it for, to reserve a place. It's just another part of the human race. That's what we do it for, to reserve a space. In history, it's just part of the human race. The Technician wants to reserve her place in history. Lyrics speaking about it's just another part of the human race could refer to the fact that the Technician is a part of the human race and wants to have Miko be her space in history. Miko is not human. She is a sort of hybrid of the Technician's personality and work, and also a character of her own. I'm forever chasing after time, but everybody dies. So she only has so long to live. So she's doing all she can to live life to the fullest while she's alive. Could also be a reference to chat being able to kill Miko. Even Miko dies. If I could buy forever at a price, I would buy it twice. The technician has stated that she has put all she has into Code Miko, and that she took a big financial and personal risk in developing everything for her experimental, groundbreaking stream. She wants Miko to be her legacy, therefore buying forever at a price, and doesn't regret her decision to create Miko. But if the earth ends in fire and the seas are frozen in time, there'll be just one survivor, the memory that I was yours and you were mine. Even if everything ends, could be like her experiment fails and she needs to get a normal job again, the memories of the good times she had developing Code Miko and being Miko, and the memories her viewers have, will still live on. You can't take that away. When you love somebody, they'll always leave too soon. But a memory can make a flower bloom. This is pretty self-explanatory. Even if something ends, the memory of that thing can still create a happy feeling, and we can revisit the memory as it was. We want to be remembered, don't want to live in vain. Again, this is the technician wanting to live life to the fullest and achieve her dreams, making a mark. But nothing lasts forever. This world is in a losing game. The technician has said that Miko is a failed video game NPC, so she's living in a losing game. She also has a lot of bugs, and pretty much every stream Miko is killed by chat. This also could be an analogy of the denigrating state of the real world. I want to mean something to somebody else. She wants to make people feel something by interacting and watching her streams. She wants to make an impact. I also think that the technician has stated before in interviews that she has some social anxiety and issues with making long-term friends and in her relationships as well. So she wants to make that connection with somebody. I think these lyrics kind of speak to something inside the technician herself that wants to make that connection with people. Feel the significance in the real world. It's not enough to live out a lucky life. This is both about the technician and Miko. Technician wants to do something of significance and be recognized for it. Miko is reaching out beyond the confines of her game world and interacting with her guests and chat in the real world. She wants to be more than just a failed video game character. No, I don't want to be afraid to die. I just want to be able to say that I have lived my life. Again, she wants to live life to the fullest and wants to be able to rest easy knowing that she's made her mark and done her best. Oh, all these things that humans do to leave behind a little proof. Another reference to thinking from Miko's perspective. A human created her just to leave behind a little proof of their existence. In the grand scheme of everything, Code Miko will be just a tiny blip. But the only thing that doesn't die is love. The love technician has for her project and the love that the community has for Code Miko will endure, even after everything is long gone. It'll be preserved in digital form and in our memories. So keep me alive. Miko is asking to keep her alive by supporting the stream and continuing to clamor for her. The technician is asking to keep her alive by spending money on Miko so she can continue to do her projects and also be able to afford her rent, food, equipment, etc. Apparently, the technician spends quite a hefty sum on DoorDash.
That's all it is.
I spend $36,000 a year on DoorDash.
I've heard. Is that eating into like your income, or is that just like that doesn't change anything?
It eats into my income.
So she needs a lot of money so she can continue to buy DoorDash and also Teslas, apparently.
You pay twice as much a month in DoorDash as we do on 2 Teslas.
What?
Yeah, so if you just
Wait,
throwing this
what?
out there, not saying you should stop eating DoorDash. I'm just saying if you stopped eating DoorDash, you could literally rent 4 Teslas for the same amount.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What's wrong with me?
So to sum it up, my interpretation is that the technician wants to leave her mark on her industry and the world. Her way of doing that is to create Miko, and more as a way to not only be remembered, but also as a way to make a meaningful impact. The lyrics also suggest that the technician may also want to be immortal. The way she can be is through Miko, a character which is one side of her that lives in the digital world. Miko is always 22 years old, and she can let loose with Miko. She has the ability through Miko to act impulsively and without inhibition. In her live interview with therapist Dr. K, she revealed that she is a workaholic partially because of her need to prove herself and achieve due to intense pressures in her past.
I think I feel safe in the market because I feel like I'm progressing. Every time I'm not working, I feel like all my stuff that I worked on, like it's like falling apart.
She also revealed that it's very difficult for her to interact in social situations, and she struggles with having long-lasting relationships and friendships. The line, "I want to be something to somebody else," really could come from these deep-seated feelings. If she is immortal, she is therefore invulnerable. There could be reasons subconsciously that she chose this song to represent CodeMiko that are tied to these feelings, but I'm honestly just speculating here. There's always been something about this song that has struck me since I first heard it on CodeMiko's stream. After watching her a few times, I began listening to the song on repeat while I did other things, and I was able to imagine a lot through the lyrics. I felt that the somewhat upbeat and energetic music of this remix version paired really nicely with the somber lyrics, and the haunting way the vocals harmonized is so dynamic that you can't help but listen to it on a loop. It's definitely one of those songs that stays with you. I've even seen the technician humming it on stream herself.
I am the dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. You need music? Okay, I'll provide you music. Ba 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 ba. You guys asked for it.
My interpretation of the lyrics of Immortal and my view of why the technician chose this song for her stream intro is somewhat different from the artist's original inspiration for the song. Let's explore what Marina Diamandis, formerly Marina and the Diamonds, had in mind when creating this song. In an interview about the song Immortal, Marina said that it's a really universal issue discussing how you leave your mark and how it's really important to preserve memories and remember people. She said, "I started writing this song when I went to a war memorial in Poland. Something that somebody I was with just struck me. They said it's not a very beautiful memorial, but it deserves to be visited to keep their memory alive." That's how the song, well, the lyrics started. Marina also said that the song was talking about that need to feel fulfilled or live that kind of life that you would want to. It's hard. It's hard to be happy all the time. It's not natural, but that's what people want to be. The war memorial she was speaking about was the Mausoleum of Struggle and Martyrdom, which was the Gestapo headquarters in Warsaw, Poland during World War II, where prisoners were tortured and murdered. Clearly, a large part of the at least initial inspiration for the song came from the experience of visiting this site. I myself have visited similar places, and the pain and dread is palpable. I understand the impetus to process these feelings into art and words. Whether the technician was aware of this origin of the lyrics or not, I feel that music and all art has a degree of subjectivity, and that you can glean multiple meanings from one subject depending on your perspective or the circumstances in which you first encountered a piece of art. I originally had these ideas for what the lyrics and song might mean to CodeMiko just from listening intently and being familiar with her streams. I purposefully wrote down my interpretations before ever looking up the original artist Marina's intentions so that I could come up with my own conclusions. I also first experienced this song in its remix version in the setting of CodeMiko's Starting Soon screen. Mind you, I had already seen clips of Miko and then tuned into streams already in progress before I ever experienced the Starting Soon screen. It was only after I started becoming a fan that I first heard this song, and then it took another viewing to consciously recognize the song being played and actively think about it. All these factors have affected my initial feelings and associations with this song, and I think that's just such a wonderful thing about art. It could be many different things to many different people. And to me, this interpretation is what I like to imagine went through the technician's head when she first picked this song to basically act as her theme song. Perhaps it was just a sort of random, I like this song, let's use this. But maybe there is something else behind it. If the technician ever sees this, I would be really interested in a discussion about this topic. Not only how she first heard this song, but also how she got the rights to use it and how she feels about the original song. Was she a fan of Marina's, or did she just stumble upon this remix? I also am curious if she animated the actions that Miko performs in the Starting Soon screen, or if she actually wore the suit to record those actions herself. Anyway, if you do see this, I'd like to thank you for providing something new and exciting for us, and I encourage you as you break the mold of entertainment. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I really just was listening to the song a lot, and I kept thinking about the lyrics and what they might mean to Code Miko. So I just wanted to create this video. It was a lot of fun to write and research as well. If you're interested in following me on Twitch, I also stream. Link is in the description. And if you're interested in more YouTube videos, you can follow me on YouTube. Subscribe if you are so inclined. And if you thought this video was awesome, please like the video and share it with someone that you think would be interested in it. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Ba do ba 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 do ba 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 do ba ba.